Hello, hello, and welcome to Wanted for July 21st, 2024. It's Season 1, Episode 22. I am Mayor Watt, and that is the Sentient AI's visualizer.
Welcome to Wanted.
And if you're downloading this via a podcast, thanks, and be sure to leave a review. And whenever I say that is the visualizer for the Sentient AI, you might want to swing by twitch.tv/ohmTown anytime, 8 o'clock, usually. Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock, Saturday, and on Sunday, it's all day. We run a show. Sorry, I just took a drink and I think I drowned myself. But there's a synapse representation or synaptic representation of the processing required for
right here.
Speech. Yeah, right there. And I try and catch them periodically, but that never really happens.
Right here.
Oh my God. Anyway, so yeah, and it moves when the sentient AI from the future powers up some voice, just so that everybody knows that it's the AI that's talking and not another one of my personalities. There's so much going on in this. They're always arguing. What's it called? Inside Out or whatever, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And Inside Out too now.
There was a Herman's Head. We just learned about a show called Herman's Head way back, like late 70s or something like that, I think it was. Anyway, that had voices and physical representations of the emotions of the people, of the person Herman.
It was actually 1991 until 1994, even though it looks like it's from the 70s.
It did. Yeah, it did look like it. Anyway, everything's powered by ohmTown.com. Let's get this train back on the track, because this is Wanted, which is a gadgets and gear and lifestyle news show. And I got sidetracked. Everything's powered by ohmTown. So today we're going to be talking about the best corkscrews, indoor air quality monitors, wall climbing robotic lizards, the Tiny Pod, the Airfly, best soda makers, Hudson Valley Country Valley Estate. I don't know why Valley is in there twice, but it is, even in the title. Tiny Portraits, Dyson's new headphones, and earplugs for sleeping, which I have words. You ready to get into the show?
I am.
Ooh, before I do that, if you type in !want, you can get all of the show notes for today's show. If you hit !pod, you can actually get the links to the podcast. And if you hit !show notes, you can actually get all of the syntax needed for each of the shows. And we do 7 podcasts now. One is a daily non sequitur news. Go over, become a follower, download it, please. Tell a friend. Kind of tease you about topics and stuff like that, and give you some of our information, our anecdote, our jokes, commentary, whatever else you want to call it. And yeah, oh goodness, everybody is coming online now to talk about the latest change. So the first article that we're going to be talking about is over in Reality Hacker, the 8 best corkscrews for every bottle and budget for 2024. See, Wanted is all about gadgets and gear and lifestyle wants, primarily Mayor Watt's wants. And I'm always looking for reaching sommelier status, even though I don't drink much wine.
So how hard are you reaching for that?
Fake it till you make it. So let's talk about the 8 best. This is actually put together by Wired, and Jordan Michelman put the article together. From the deck statement says, from kitchen basics to a $400 sommelier status symbol. A wine writer tested 30 corkscrews, and these are his favorites. And there's 9 listed, apparently, but the title only says 8 in the original title. Now it just says
must have said, wait, there's another one.
But wait, there's more. So the best for most people is it hiccup? Haiku? The haiku?
Maybe?
The haiku?
Haiku maybe.
Haiku wine opener. The best winged one, which is the one where you crank it down and turn it, and the little wings pop up, and then you press down and you hope that you don't shatter the damn bottle. I always feel like I'm going to break it. The best electric, which is what I think everybody should use. Just get an electric one. The best for most people, the haiku wine opener one, is the one where it's kind of like a bottle opener where...
Oh, okay.
And so you screw it down and then you catch an edge and then you pull down and it pulls the cork out, but it leverages one edge and it takes a lot of, kind of like a ballet dancer, you have to do this pirouette kind of a...
Yeah, maybe that is not the best for most people.
I don't know what they're talking about here. Best Infinity, Peugeot Infinity. We'll get there. But there's a bunch of them. Best design, etc., etc. They really go into a lot of detail about this, but this is the one that I was talking about. So you basically crank it down. It has a little corkscrew thing right here. So you screw it down, and then that little edge right there catches on the edge of the bottle, and then you pull, and it leverages the bottle, the cork out, and then you have to hold the bottle and pull the last 1/8 of an inch of the cork out and punch your neighbor in the head. Anyway, oh my god, what is Moist Critical doing? Answers the web's most...
I don't think that has anything to do with corkscrews.
Searched. Let me pause that. That guy has like millions of followers, but he has a esports team. So the best winged one, like I said, is the one where it goes, I give up, as you crank down the handle. It goes, I don't care anymore.
That one looks like a character.
Yeah, they always do. Yeah, it's pretty funny. They need to make one that is like a little bit more entertaining, like bat wings or
yes,
or angel wings or anything with wings, really. Just make it a little bit more fun. Anyway, those are fairly easy. It all lines up. It's evenly distributed. You don't run the risk of breaking anything. It's very rare that you break anything anyway. But the electric ones are the brilliant ones, because you just hit a button and off it goes. Pretty cool. What is this one called? Best Infinity?
Infinity. It must be because of the shape, but it seems kind of similar to the first style.
Yeah. It says something of an oddity is this lesser known style of corkscrew patented by Peugeot Sequitur, I guess. Sequitur. An offshoot of the famed French automobile maker Peugeot. The firm makes a wide range of bottle openers and also pepper grinders, cutlery, and so forth, but its Infinity corkscrew is worth a closer look. It's almost like the manual version of an electric opener, requiring very minimal effort from the user to remove a cork. One simply places the device over the top of the bottle, turns the screw clockwise to pluck the cork, then turns the screw counterclockwise to remove it. And it creates a sort of airlock-like seal around the bottle and the cork, allowing for simple and easy removal. I'm not sure why that would matter, though. Interesting.
Because somebody doesn't want to either end up breaking the bottle or punching themselves or not be able to get the cork out of the bottle if it requires too much force.
Yes, this is the same kind of thing. The best design. It's a wine key. You crank it down and then you crank it out. You ratchet it up. So you use that little arm right there. So you twist it down like you normally do on a corkscrew. And then that little pin right there sits inside a shelf, kind of like a monkey wrench. And when you want to get it higher, you lift it up, slide it up a little bit, and then crank it up until the cork is out. Pretty simple. And then this is one of those older style ones where it has these two little, it kind of looks like a mouth harp, except that it has a corkscrew in the middle of it. And so you slide it down between the cork and the glass edge of the bottle, and you crank it down, and then you pull up, and it's supposed to make it easier to pull the cork out.
That's odd.
Yeah. And then there's just nothing more than a bunch of those similar designs, either electric or otherwise. The thing that really sucks is when it gets corked and you can't get your wine out, and or cork ends up in the wine, and then it's basically contaminated. But if you drink it fast enough, nobody cares. And if you do it without anybody seeing you, then nobody cares. And so what I want, though, is nothing more than a good electric cork
Which
remover.
is the Rabbit electric wine opener, according to this article, which we don't have any connection to.
Oh yeah, we don't have anything. Although they say it's the Haiku wine opener. But moving on. Next article is over in Reality Hacker, but our five favorite indoor air quality monitors for healthy air, and they're wired again. Lisa Wood Shapiro over at Wired.com put the article together, and they talk about air quality and whatnot. But what you want to do is be aware of your air quality. Maybe if the air quality gets too poor in a certain area, you might want to see if you can get little air filters and put them on your air vents, or put a fan in your room that has air filtration. And then you can at least do a spot check on your air. But most of the time where you want air quality monitoring is in your basement, because radon can seep through the perimeter of the wall if you have a foundation, or directly through the dirt of the foundation if you don't have a poured slab foundation. But most of the time, the slab that you walk on in your basement and the perimeter walls are not most of the time, they just aren't anymore. One giant slab. There's usually, the way that it works is they pour the walls, and then they pour the foundation in it. But the walls are cured, and then there's a crack, a seam around the perimeter of the slab, as well as the sump, wherever this modern construction takes place. And so radon can actually seep through those cracks and build up inside your basement unless you have adequate circulation. So in most modern homes, you always have air conditioning, and no room can be built as a livable space without air conditioning.
In the U.S.
In the United States, yeah. It's always different somewhere else. But so what you want to do is just have air monitoring, and they have a list here, but they don't break it out the way that they did in the other one. Best overall is the Air Visual Pro indoor monitor. And the author says that they've been using the Air Visual Pros for the past 5 years. The first one began malfunctioning after 4 years. So made by IQ Air, same maker as the Atom X or 10. Air Purifier, the Air Visual, is easy to read 5-inch LCD display screen, and it shows you what the air quality is. And you want to be careful.
I like that you can just see a number on there.
Yep. Parts per million indication basically shows that there's too much stuff going on. Might give you air temperature readings and whatnot, but you want to keep an eye on it, and if it gets too bad, it'll let you know. They have this best display one called the Purple Air Touch Indoor Air Quality Monitor, which actually changes color depending on what's going on. It offers 2 types of outdoor air monitors: the Purple Classic or Purple Air Classic Air Quality Monitor and the Purple Air Classic SD.
So I'm a big fan of Purple Air, but I'm sure it's divisive because they actually have a thing where you can go online and see what the air quality is in various cities because of people's sensors. However, you might not like it if you don't want to be putting data out there. Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. If an air quality monitor can measure only one thing, it should be PM 2.5. Purple Air uses the same color scale for U.S. Air Quality Index, or AQI scale. The Touch's inner LED ring glows green for good air, yellow for moderate, orange for unhealthy, and red for unhealthy. Unhealthy for sensitive groups is orange, and then red for unhealthy, and purple for very unhealthy. and deep violet or maroon for hazardous. Depending on the number of taps of your finger, the glow gets brighter or turns off. It's adjustable. So neat. So they have this citizen scientist or community scientist sourced map, which is what the AI was referring to, who incidentally lets me know if it's safe outside. See, AI keeps me safe. So the best composite score is the aware or aware element. This is probably the most odd looking one because its LED screen is made up of a bunch of pin dots, kind of like an LED dot matrix display, and it's just kind of weird.
It almost looks like the edge of a speaker or something.
Yeah, and like the little hole that's right here, which I assume is sucking air in periodically, is it looks like the subwoofer or like a tweeter of a speaker, of a Bluetooth speaker. Weird. So that one is actually $206. The little Purple Air one is $209 at Purple Air. I don't know what this person's doing.
Tying surgical knots as one does.
Oh, nice. So the best overall, the Air Visual Pro, was $300 at either Walmart or IQ Air or Best Buy, probably everywhere else. That's what they're actually doing? Is that surgical? Sure.
Yes, there's a little caption. That's the only reason I knew what they were doing.
Oh, surgeon explains how to tie surgical knots, as one does. You're right. I think the one that has the best display overall, for me at least, it's best for the desk. It's almost like a weather station in its size. Can't help but think the QP Pro Air Quality Monitor is designed to sit on your desk and be used by those with excellent eyesight. Really? Can't help but think that? Wait, is it? I don't understand what they're meaning by that.
Maybe the font is really small and we don't have a good sense of that because of the way the photo's taken.
Yeah, I mean, that looks brilliant to me. Right? It looks like an iPad.
And I like the display type because it's real clean, right? It's not cluttered with a lot of other stuff going on.
Yeah, there's no weird matrix. There's no, like pulse or anything like that. There's no line. It's just a green mark that says everything's good. Weird, but they imply that it has to be used by those with excellent eyesight. They needed reading glasses to use the touchscreen display. All right.
I'm not sure.
Just leave it alone. $150. So, and then best for travel. Look, nothing's going to save you if your air quality is poor while you're traveling. You just put on a mask.
Well, right. Well, you might want to know, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, I'm leaving Italy.
You're not controlling your environment. Exactly.
Yeah, nobody told me that the volcano was going to cause poor air quality. Wait a minute, you're in Pompeii. There's some historical evidence to suggest the air quality is going to be poor in a little bit. What were the ones I used to have these here in ohmTown? They looked like that, little square ones. Where are they? I used them temporarily. Anyway, so by having standalone air quality monitor, you're able to see what the air purifier is keeping up with in your physical space. So you really should get both. If you don't have whole home air purifiers or an air conditioner with a robust air filtration system, you really do need it, because homes breathe, but they're constantly off-gassing because there are synthetic materials in your house. And if you want clean air, it would also let you know things like poorly combusted gas from gas ranges, ovens, or other chemicals that might be off-gassing volatile organic compounds, VOCs. And you want to avoid that, particularly around animals, people that are immunocompromised, and children. Yeah.
Elderly.
I'm sorry? Elderly.
And also elderly, yes.
Yep. All right. So for me, the one that I really want is that one right there. I like that one. Probably backing it up. Oh, and by that one, I mean the QP Pro Air Quality Monitor, because I like the big display. You can just plop it on your desk and apparently some people need glasses. And then the Purple Air Touch Indoor Air Quality Monitor, mainly because of the network. If it provides the telemetry without touching my network, then I have no problem.
Right. I just don't know how it operates. So,
yeah.
And the ones that are of value are the outdoor monitors for Purple Air, because then people can know that out in the community or whatever, the air is something, right? The article made the point of, like, I don't care what the quality is in Zoe's basement or whatever, which makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, moving on.
If you're not Zoe.
Yeah, it's very important to Zoe. So the next article is over in Technology Today. This robotic lizard climbs walls and is one of their favorite indoor toys. This remote control wall crawler gecko is sure to be a hit with kids stuck at home. The article is by Bridget Carey over at cnet.com. And oh my God, it really is climbing the wall. Okay. It looks kind of, the remote is cheap. I'll just say that. But it has a gecko that's stuck to the wall. I hope they have a video. Toy maker Spin Master sent one for an early test for their kids and won them over, both as a mom and as someone who delights in making their coworkers squirm. Using a simple remote, you can watch it scale walls or do spin tricks. It works on smooth, flat surfaces, and the remote can be up to 25 feet away. And they do have a little video here. I'm going to play it.
Oh, wow.
Does it have a little suction cup on it or something? How does that actually work?
I don't know, but I think that's pretty neat.
That is a trip. Yeah, it has a little suction cup on it. That's pretty cool.
I think that might be good if you have kids, adults who are like kids, or pets.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, we're going to have to go and get this.
What's the name of the product?
Hexbot's Wall Crawler Gecko. It's on Amazon. If you follow the link through CNET, it'll take you straight through them. I think they get a little bump whenever you use their links. So it recharges with a USB-C port, and the remote takes 2 AAA batteries. It lists for just $30, and it'll be sold at Target later this month and Walmart in August. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Okay, let's move. Next article is something else that I want, only because I want to get a new Apple Watch, and the trade-in value doesn't really offset the opportunity cost that I would benefit from keeping my old watch, right? Like, I could trade it in and I get $30. Well, a brand new one of the 9 entry level is the Apple Watch Series 9 entry level is like $225. So I think it's a really smart move to do something like this, and then you can either keep it and it's just another Apple Watch, but with additional benefit, in that you can use your new Apple Watch for your one function and the secondary Apple Watch as something else. But the Tiny Pod transforms your old Apple Watch into an iPod-like minimalist phone. So the Tiny Pod is a case for your Apple Watch, which doesn't sound too exciting on its own. However, its unique angle, a click wheel that controls the crown's digital crown, and that's the little I can't, black on black watch, you can't show it. Anyway, the crown is the little knob on the side, the digital crown. So it makes Apple's wearable look and feel like the company's first breakthrough product of the 21st century, the iPod. Let me just pull you over to it. So Will Shanklin over at Engadget.com put the article together. It says the $80 case has carefully mechanized components inside to control the watch's digital crown. That's what it looks like. Come on. It's adorkable. So it looks like a rounded iPod. And the thing about this is it's not just a phone, but it's a media player as well, just like the iPod. You can connect Bluetooth to it, and it can be your music player, and with music and anything else really that you can route through it. if you can. I don't know what all is absolutely capable with the with the watch, because I use the watch primarily as the watch and for telemetry. Although you can use it as a music player, it also works with everything else in watchOS, transforming Apple's watch into a minimalist, distraction-free, quote-unquote, phone. The $80 TinyPod works with Apple Watch models Series 4 through 9, along with the Apple Watch SE. There's a different version for the 40 and 41 and 45, 44 version, and there's another one coming for 49 millimeter version because the Apple Watch is thick. Anyway, $90. Everything you need from the Apple Watch, but in little mini iPod form. I mean, this is so cool. I love this. What do you think?
I mean, it's really adorable. And it seems like it just, I don't know, it's nice and simple.
Yep. Yeah. So the TinyPod website says it can support multi-day battery life by turning off the watch's wrist detection, which you don't need here. But living up to that may be a tall order, given how short the battery life of the cellular Apple Watch tends to be when used without a phone in Bluetooth range. Of course, you could use GPS-only model, or turn off cellular and stick to locally stored music, but that would also limit what it can do. TinyPod is the product of Niwar, a former Snap designer and one-time jailbreak guru. In May, the creator posted a side project and actually turned it into this. So the TinyPod is available for pre-order ahead of shipments this summer, and you can reserve one today at the product's website, which is, I don't know. You'll have to follow the link through Engadget. Dun, dun, dun. Pretty neat, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
I want it. I don't know. We'll have to think.
I think we need them for all of ohmTown.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Next article is over in Technology Today. You absolutely need the AirFly for your next flight. Now, I'm basing this off of the woes, the trials and tribulations of flights. And so the moment I saw something saying you need this, let's see. Stop using airlines' crappy headphones to watch in-flight entertainment. Instead, get the AirFly Pro. So the article is over at CNET. The deck statement says what I just said. Nelson Aguilar is the author. And apparently, so no headphones are as terrible as those flimsy wired earphones they give you on an international flight. They say they don't usually have a problem with this, seeing as they always take the AirPods Pro so they can listen to music from their phone or watch something that they've downloaded onto their tablet. But sometimes they really want to take advantage of in-flight entertainment. No, you don't. You never do. So you can always find recently
It depends.
released.
There's one airline that has like mega movies and everything. I don't think you have to pay for. I forgot. It might be JetBlue.
Oh, really? Southwest?
But most airlines, I think, no.
No. So you can always find recently released blockbuster films on in-flight entertainment or popular TV shows that are only available on paid streaming services. Most of the time, though, you want to use in-flight entertainment because their devices are dead. You know how you fix that? Battery pack.
Well, that is true. And if you've been watching our other Wanted episodes, we featured some of those.
Yep. And they are reasonably priced. You can bring up to 27,000 milliamp hour battery pack, but you have to stay below 95 watts total power. I think it is. I think I don't know. The FAA
I think it's
rules.
close to that. It might be 99.
So, and then they're forced to use the worst headphones that you've seen because the Bluetooth headphones can't connect to the in-seat display, but they have a solution for that, and that is the AirFly Pro Bluetooth transmitter. You basically just plug it in, boink, and it gives a Bluetooth signal. AirFly Pro from 12 South is a minimally designed dongle that you can connect into the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on your flight in order to listen to in-flight entertainment on your personal Bluetooth headphones. Just link them up, off you go, apparently. You can also pair two separate headphones to a single AirFly Pro. So I don't know, maybe a person in a couple of rows back detects your signal and attaches to it.
Oh, wow. I think that might be for parties that are flying together.
Yeah, I'm sure. If you're flying on an international flight that has a weird dual plug jack 12 South, also sells the Airfly Pro Deluxe, which comes with an adapter and suede travel pouch for $65 instead of the $55 for the single connector. And if that's not enough, the Airfly Pro also doubles as an audio transmitter, so you can turn any speaker into a headphone, or with a headphone jack, like your car stereo, into a Bluetooth speaker. So besides the Anker MagSafe battery pack, the Airfly Pro really has become their most traveled or treasured travel accessory when they fly. There you go. So the Anker MagSafe battery pack, I would advise getting Anker. That's my go-to. I trust their reliability and quality, build quality. And even my wall warts are Anker GAN chargers. It's just the best in the business, at least for me. But that's the end of that article. So there you go, folks. That's the Airfly. Go over and check out CNET. Follow the link through ohmTown. Let's move on. Next article is over in Technology Today. Best soda makers to buy in 2024. Make your own carbonated creations with these excellent at-home soda machines. So
I can think of one company that makes a soda machine.
Yeah, I always thought that it was SodaStream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's others. David Watsky over at cnet.com put this article together. And what's interesting is, 8 years ago, I funded through Kickstarter a home brewing solution called iGaloo. It showed up last week. And
nice planning ahead.
Yeah, I planned that for delivery 9 years later, for crying out loud. And here's the kick in the soda maker. The one that I ordered still hasn't shown up. I had to compromise and get a different color so that they would actually send it. Otherwise, I'd still be SOL. So anyway, and I still didn't get the item that I wanted because I'm supposed to have additional stuff and none of that is included. And when I followed up, they were like, we gave you some other stuff. But it's just the brew kits and I don't want brew kits. Anyway, so, I mean, I do want brew kits, but I want what I ordered. But Kickstarter is not a store. It's an attempt to help facilitate somebody creating something. But there's complexities there. Anyway, it has nothing to do with soda makers, Marawatt. Let's move on. So you want to make your own carbonated creations with these excellent at-home soda machines, right? David Watsky over at cnet.com. So the best overall soda maker is the SodaStream Terra. If you've ever bought a SodaStream, odds on you never have to go and buy another SodaStream until you abuse the hell out of this thing. But it's plastic, and so things can go wonky. Here's the kicker about this. The SodaStream CO2 cylinder is one of two makers that fit apparently on the iGaloo. And you need the CO2 adapter to charge and carbonate the beer or whatever else you're trying to carbonate. But people have said that some fit and others don't. Even from SodaStream, like some people have said that the SodaStream adapter worked and other people have said that it didn't work. And so
interesting.
It's like Schrodinger's CO2 container or cartridge. So the best overall is the SodaStream Terra. And these things are awesome for making carbonated drinks without any real headache. The only weird thing is that you have to charge water and then you mix that with something else. But then you can do that forever. You can sit there and just charge up, stick it in your refrigerator, and whenever you want to drink, you get whatever liquid you want. It's a concentrate of some kind. And then you pour your SodaStream charged water into your drink. But that's not how soda machines work. Soda machines like they charge the water in a separate tube, and they have the concentrate in another tube, and you push a button and it merges together into your glass. So that is the kind of thing that I really want. So I think here you come with the Ninja Thirsty drink system, because you can do more than just sparkling water.
Yeah, and I guess that makes sense if you don't have separate devices to do those other things already.
Yeah, and then they say the most stylish soda water maker is the Arc 3 Carbonator, which is like the Terminator for uncarbonated water. It terminates uncarbonated water with extreme carbonation. You were going to say that.
Yeah, well, with extreme prejudice, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You were going to say that. So SodaStream Aqua Fizz is the last one, best soda maker with glass carafes. If you want to shy away from plastics, all the others, I think, use plastics, unless they're pouring straight into a glass like the Thirsty. Yeah, if you want to get away from plastics, that's where you go, the Aqua Fizz, because it uses a glass carafe. You always have to be careful with glass, though, because if you drop it, of course, it breaks. So there's the SodaStream. Again, it uses plastic carafes. And if you want to avoid microplastics, this is not your go-to.
But I'm not sure there is one that you can avoid that on, right?
Not altogether, but the SodaStream Aqua Fizz uses glass carafes.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So SodaStream Terra is your standard. It's like $95. If you want more than sparkling water, you get the Ninja Thirsty drink system, which is bigger. Let's push the button here so that maybe we can take a picture of it. And the way that it works is you have cartridges, up to 2 cartridges in it, and then it will pull water, carbonate it, draw it through the cartridge and into your glass. And so you can put a flavor and you can charge it with something like vitamins or energy or whatever. And then you get this sits on your counter, and it's huge though compared to the SodaStream standard whatever, which is thinner, easier to do away with, easier to hide, because there's no big old carafe sitting next to it. You charge up the carafe with the CO2 cartridge, and then you put the carafe in your refrigerator. Now the Arc looks pretty sexy, can sit on your counter. Nobody would know what the hell it is. It looks more like a blender kind of a thing. You know those things that mix up milkshakes in a restaurant?
Oh, right.
Where you just take the glass and you
like
slide it up.
Immersion blender, I think.
Yeah, it looks basically like a mounted immersion blender. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Looks pretty good, but you still obviously you have to get a carbonation charger and screw the bottle up into the thing and activate it, and it'll charge the water. Now, if you've never used any of these, those little carafes are under pressure, and so be smart when you open them. Don't just sit there and rip it out, because, like unscrew the top really fast, because what's going to end up happening is all that carbonation is going to try and discharge all at once. And particularly if you leave it out and it warms up, it'll start, the CO2 will pull itself out of suspension and just evacuate. There was a time where I made cheese at home with fresh milk and emptied out the milk container. And I washed the milk container out, but I wasn't really thorough because I was going to take it back to the farm where we got the milk. And I put the plastic lid on. Well, it's a natural, it decomposes because it's still natural. And there was still a little bit of milk in there, I guess, lining the glass. And so it was off-gassing, decomposing that milk. And so all you had to do was look at that bottle wrong, and that lid would shoot off like a bottle rocket. And that's exactly what happened when somebody picked up the glass and almost got a headshot from a little red lid. Yeah, not a pleasant experience for anybody involved, although you can giggle if it's a miss, I suppose. But yeah, that was pretty wild. The noise that the person made and the bottle made was fascinating to hear from a distance. Terrifying.
They were competitive for what was louder.
Yeah, really. So, and then the one that if you want to get away from plastics, you go with the glass carafes. They're smaller. They even talk about it. Smaller than the plastic versions. They're nice to set on a table for dinner parties. So yeah, they look a little bit more sexy. But again, you have to be careful. You can overcharge these things to some degree, where when you unscrew the lid, it'll want to release the gas. But glass carafes are going to be smaller, more expensive, heavier, etc. Anyway, $160. All right, let's move on. Sound good?
Sounds good.
By the way,
but everybody should look at all these. And again, we don't have any ties to these products.
Yeah, it's just that Mayor Watt wants them. And I want the Ninja Thirsty only because what I do now is I either use carbonated water or I use still water. And when I use carbonated water, it's a soda stream. And those bottles, those CO2 bottles run out and you have to go and renew them, or you get on a subscription and then you have to like use them. And I don't like being forced to do anything. So at any rate, I want choice, I want options, and I don't want to have to sit there and mix stuff. And right now what I'm using are these little tablets, Noon. Hold on, I'll show you. Yeah, that silence is me reaching for them. So it's that. So, ta-da. So you just drop that in some water and away you go. It carbonates it kind of. It's more like a, what are those tablets? Those little, that bubble when you throw them in the water.
Like effervescent?
Yeah, it's like a, yeah, it just bubbles. And it's sodium bicarbonate, I think, that causes it to bubble. So you always have residue at the bottom of your glass, and it's always a pain in the butt because you have to clean them out a little more thorough because it coats it. Anyway, that's what I want, and I want the glass one because I want to get away from plastic as much as possible. All right, let's keep moving. Oh, and I need those bottles. I need the CO2 Soda Stream, or probably the Thirsty, the Ninja Thirsty ones right here are probably compatible too with the iGaloo.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay. I know that the Soda Stream ones are, but I don't know about the Thirsty. Anyway, the next article is over in Stock Marketeers. This stunning, beautifully designed Hudson Valley country estate could be yours for $22.5 million. So it's over at, come on, Art.
This is
Market
a
Watch.
bit of a price jump from the last article.
No. You can either get a Ninja,
a Soda Stream, or a
Thirsty.
Ninja Thirsty,
or a $22.5 million estate in Hudson Valley. So it's a distinct home, uses local stone, and includes equestrian facilities because Mayor Watt plays water polo. And so look, there's the pool, and we have the equestrian facilities. Oh, I won't be able to talk about it because you have to be logged in. So sorry about that. Anyway, we can to a certain degree. We can't see a lot of pictures. It's 127
acres.
Yeah, go. If you want to go, do it. No? All right. That's 127 acres in upstate New York. Well, I'm out. I don't want to be in the cold. $22.5 million, 4.5 bath, 4 bedroom, 7,500 square foot home in a barn-like structure that fuses every imaginable modern amenity with rich Hudson Valley history. I don't know why I turned into a vampire. Now, this utterly distinct spread includes 2 guest cottages with 5 bedrooms. What?
It has a gourmet. I pulled it up separately, but it has a gourmet kitchen, Quote was stated there were art appliances. I hope so at that price. Grand hallways with intricate detailing and elegant decor, expansive gardens, private water features.
It looks like it's built into the side of a hill. Has a huge walkway from a back deck, like stone deck that covers the lower level. God, I would be so worried about water infiltration. I'm paranoid of that as it is. But all of that water would rush down the hill, down the back, down into your pool. It just seems like not a very advantageous design.
No, but I do like that it looks unique, right? It's not like every other house.
Sure.
Even at that price range, like it looks like it was custom built. I'm
And
sure
a
it was.
huge wall of windows facing what is probably...
I'm sure the view is amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like in the fall.
Yeah, that would be amazing to see. All the snow covering all of that too. Oh my goodness, that would be beautiful. Okay, we're going to do it next year. Moving on. Next article is over in the Marble Channel. Honey, I Shrunk the Art Show is full of fantastically tiny portraits. It's a sneak peek of Gallery 1988's online exhibit of art that's all under 6 by 6 inches and all themed to the 1980s. I love the idea of this. Honestly, I love the idea of this because I used to draw tiny art. Germaine Lucier, I guess is how they pronounce her last name, over at gizmodo.com. It's part of IO9. All of the artwork looks like it is from the 80s, and all of it is 6 by 6. Some of it looks like it's in a shadow box based on what I see. But that looks cool. That is Lion-O from Thundercats. Oh,
That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Artist Eric Tan and Stacy Oyama are among the artists featured in the new art show. And I learned a new trick for the laser, by the way, today that I've been doing in a more difficult manner. And I just learned that I could probably do it in a different way and do something 6 by 6. And it'll be really neat. So I'm going to have to try it, but not today. Not. So this Friday, Gallery 1988 will reveal a new online exhibit called Honey, I Shrunk the Art Show, curated by two artists who love to make small art, Tom Whalen and Dave Perillo. The IO9 favorites have long teamed up with Long Angeles. My brain isn't working. The Los Angeles Gallery to do some awareness shows, or awesome shows. My God, I'm not able to talk.
Okay, which many have included the tiny pop culture portraits.
Yeah. This time, though, the Philadelphia-based friends thought bigger, but also smaller. Gallery 1988 reached out to us and asked us to create a new show for them. Whalen told IO9 via email. Dave and I thought after doing so many two-man shows together, it might be fun to invite some of their talented friends, and they're right. So there is Optimus Prime. Again, all of the art is 6 by 6, but they give it dimensionality, at least some of them, by putting it in a shadow box. And
yeah, it has like a paper cut
style
type appearance to it. I don't know how it's actually made.
I'm willing to bet that those are laser cuts, stacked laser cuts. Yeah, let's see. I don't know how they actually did it though, and then they painted them. So they found the vendor that produced high quality, low run trading cards, and this seemed like the perfect opportunity to launch a new line of small art pieces if people respond to them. I'd love to continue the line with many, many more movie icons, which I hope that they get the rights to, because you can't just do that. Doesn't matter what you're... Oh, that's all there is. Really? Oh, that's kind of a bummer. I wanted to see more art. So you can actually go to the Gallery 1988 website around 2 p.m. On Friday, July 19th. I think that there's going to be probably more there, but you can follow the link through ohmTown and go check it out. To your
and you can see the art on there, and it appears that you can purchase it. It shows prices, and they're reasonably affordable from what I'm seeing.
You know, I felt like I just switched into a completely different show. I had to look at the chat Because
Well, this is not our typical feature for Wanted, but it seemed apropos.
yeah, I want that. Actually, I want to do this. So this looks like fun. All right, let's move on. The next article, because I'm really into gadgets and I really like headphones. When I'm not streaming, I usually wear headphones because I don't like in-ear monitors. I don't like ear pods and stuff like that. Mainly because I feel like if I'm going to sneeze or cough or something, one's going to fall out. And having lost one on a flight before, it's the most unsanitary feeling to find it and go, oh, well, I still own them. So I guess I got to clean them and put them back in my ears. Oh, my God. Yeah, so that pair is still sitting.
Well, and plus you don't want any chance of a loose piece or anything.
Yeah, you're just really raising the odds. It's been several years and those AirPods still are sitting, they're cleaned, but I still look at them side-eye like, no, they're not going back in my ear. I've never put them back in my ear since that flight.
Either way, I was still digging into the art show website, and while there are several affordable pieces, the ones that we saw in the article are a little pricier.
Really? You want to throw a price out there?
Yes, like the Optimus Prime is $750, but the art show itself has pieces down to like $15, $30, etc., but they're not this artist's work.
You hear that, ohmTown citizens?
Remember, it was a collaborative show.
You hear that, ohmTown citizens? $700. I'm going to need y'all to subscribe. All right, moving on. Next article is over at a Reality Hacker. Dyson has new headphones that don't cover your mouth this time. So I'm going to jump straight on over to it.
That's a pretty high bar.
Yeah, they had some stupid design during COVID. Just wanted to smack somebody. Dyson has new headphones that don't cover your mouth this time. Boone Ashworth over at wired.com put the article together. They talk about Amazon ungodly amount of money on Prime Day, and I guess further in this article, and Pixel phones, a foldable that's coming, and a chatbot that you've been talking to acting a little too human. But this is apparently the Dyson headphones. It looks like you can replace the little covers with other covers, but let's see what they say here. Dyson calls the new cans on track, which is not to be confused with the shipping company. Apparently there's a shipping company with the same name and spelling. Unlike the Dyson Zone headphones before them, the on-track headphones are not connected to an air purifier that wraps around your mouth and makes you look like you're cosplaying as a cyborg. I might want those anyways. That might be fun for the show. Now that I think about it, I didn't think of it as a cyborg. I thought that I'd just look like a complete asshat. Dyson describes the on-track as audio-only headphones just to make the distinction clear. That's right. They do not filter the air that's ripping from one ear through your head to the other. You always can tell low pressure on one person on the side of one person's head because they tell like an osprey. Oh, too soon. Anyway, these are expensive headphones aimed at audiophiles and anyone willing to throw upwards of $500 at some nice cushy sound cannons. All right. Look, if I can't sleep with them on, these look like you can sleep on them, not in them. They look bulky, is what I'm saying. Anyway, at launch, there will be...
Yeah, they're probably not something you would sleep in, but...
There's 4 color options, more choices coming later. The company says the headphones will have many of the hallmarks of the modern premium headset, including noise canceling that can reduce up to 40 decibels of noise. Dyson says the on-track will also come with a truly insane battery life of 55 hours, which is not insane. I've got 2 pairs right now that go 55 or longer, and I've got cheaper ones that go 65 or longer. So yeah, whatever. So Prime Day, and then they talk about Pixel Peak, but anyway, $500, It says that there's 4 colors, so this must be fixed, not covers that you can put on it. But I'm sure somebody could probably come up with something to put covers on it. It looks like you make a choice. Do you want the gold?
I like the one
gray?
that's like it looks kind of copper in the photo, but it may not be.
Yeah, it looks copper. Yeah. So what I really like about it is actually, I like the multicolors. What do they call those? Harlequin? I like the Harlequin styling of stuff. So like, I've worn 2 different colored shoes out, or different socks and shoes, and like something really that pops for a shirt. And I've had people like just randomly walk up to me and talk to me about my shirt or my clothes, or ask me about why I'm wearing 2 different colored shoes or something. And now I have even more that people talk to me about. But it's fun, and so I would probably get like 2 different colored cushions. And these need to be removable, easily removable, including not just the outer pads, but the inner pads. It's kind of like these. I can take these out and change the actual filter. There's a screen that protects from encroachment. Cheaper ones, less expensive headsets and stuff like that, it's impossible to swap these pads out without deconstructing it, destroying it. So that always sucks. They don't have much in terms of like frequency response, sound reproduction of these headphones. So maybe if you do a deeper dive on your own, you'll be able to come to a conclusion about if $500 matches your requirements. But I want full dynamic range, and I want a good signal to noise ratio. These imply that they're wireless, but does it say anything?
They sure look like they are from all the photos, right? You don't see a wire coming out of it.
Right? Interesting.
I mean, it has a battery life, so I guess it is.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be wireless, I suppose.
Right, but maybe, I don't know if it has a wired option. But
like Austrian, yeah, there you go. And that's why I brought it up, because Austrian Audio is wireless and wired. And what's really great about Austrian Audio, which I would probably say is, to me, without hearing the Dysons, I think this is over engineering. The Austrian Audio ones that I use are Bluetooth, and they have a wired option. And here's the kicker. Usually when you have a wireless option, the moment you plug it in, it kills the wireless and goes just into charging mode. And the Austrian Audio has a separate charging circuit. So you can use wireless, plug it in to charge, even from the wired connection, because it's USB-C. It's just a spectacular design. I love them. And I've already broken a pair, and they've replaced it. My Achilles heel apparently is the joint, and honestly, this joint looks like it's metal to metal, and that is superior in all ways. It should be required to have metal hinges. Anyway, let's go on to the last article for today's wanted episode. It's over in the Mobile Channel. 9 best earplugs for sleeping 2024, how to block out noisy neighbors and snoring spouses. Now, the only reason why I chose this, first, it's over at telegraph.co.uk. Simon Lewis is the author, and they talk about the best earplugs for sleeping are those that stay comfortable, block noise. So which is best? Wax, foam, silicone. So wax seems weird. But
are those the ones that are kind of moldable?
Yeah. But to me, that's weird. Okay, well, anyway, so they have affiliate links. We don't have any affiliation with them. We're just talking about this because, again, Marawatt is really into stuff, and I like talking about stuff. So everybody needs to sleep. I am a very light sleeper. I can hear a mouse fart in somebody else's house 3 streets away. It's horrible. And so I find it very tough to sleep through the night. I always have, and I'm usually up until I'm exhausted, and then I wake up again 4 or 5 hours later. So according to a survey cited by the Sleep Council, 70% of us use sleep for less than, or not use, but 70% of us sleep for less than 7 hours a night, which for most people is too little. Even the best duvet, the best mattress, the best pillow in the world are no good if your sleep is disturbed by noise, whether it's neighbors partying, traffic thundering past, or birds chirping at 4 a.m., or the damn neighbor's dog barking. Sorry, I got distracted. So what about the best earplugs? So the best earplugs that they say at a glance is the ACS Custom Sleep Sound. Then the best value is the Natural Wax Queeze, I guess. The best reusable earplugs are Bolson Life Plus. The best comfortable earplugs are Max Pillow Soft, and the best earplugs for live events are Sennheiser Sound Protects, which usually, when you're using it for live events, they have different levels of filters that you can change out to see to increase or decrease the level of sound protection. And so I'm going to try and avoid what appears to be direct demonstration of these earplugs. I'm just not interested in that.
How are you going to do indirect demonstration?
Scroll past. So,
okay.
Yeah, what you really want to do, because you want to avoid disposables, because all that is trash again and again and again every time you need it. And if you want to sleep every night with the same level of consistency, then you need it every night. So reusable silicone earplugs, which you can wash in cold water between uses, are lighter and more comfortable. Some find them less effective at filtering out noise, though in tests with the review editor, didn't find this to be the case, but they do cost more than disposables, but that's because you don't have to throw them away and buy them again and again and again. So foam earplugs are the cheapest option, and but those are foam. That means microplastics. That means you're inserting microplastics into your ear. It says it's a porous material. They're a fertile breeding ground for bacteria. Again, you want silicone. Now, I'm not going to sit there and have somebody's ears displayed. So the custom sleep sound, unbeatable comfort and noise blocking, but it's a high price. And these look like they are medical grade silicone, not silicone.
There is a difference.
There is a difference. And so it says British firm ACS are famous for making custom hearing protection for rock stars and also serve motorsports in the military. This is why you get medical grade silicone and a great sound reduction, because they basically, you can actually get these molded to your ear canal. So they sit in place, perfect, block everything. What you don't want to do is leave these in for an extended period of time, because your mouth, your nose, your eyes are connected to your ears through eustachian tubes that connect to your ear and equalize pressure. And so what you want to do is take these out as soon as possible once you awake, and then clean them. And at $84 though, they're, my understanding, because I haven't actually done this, you make the order online, you're sent something, and what they say here is, who made the impression of my ears with a soft kind of paste squirted from a big syringe, which hardened after 5 minutes into the exact shape of their ear canal. Slightly unpleasant process, but worth it. 6 days later, they were sent custom earplugs. They come with a lubricant, but even without it, they're the most comfortable earplugs that they tested. Very easy to lie down on, since they don't protrude from the ear at all. Here is my problem, and I'm just going to jump to the end of this, because it doesn't, all of this is going to require you to actually buy these, try these out. Somebody can sit there and talk to you about them. But I've tried to sleep with earplugs in. They've always been uncomfortable, but I didn't go this custom route. I sometimes wear headphones, which makes it almost impossible to sleep comfortably because you toss and turn and they're big and bulky. They make some that are flat but they're horrible. They might fall off of you and wrap around your neck or something like that. Not that you're going to die because of it, but anyway. Here's my problem.
It might be a little alarming if you wake up all of a sudden.
You're really, something's choking me. So the kicker about these things is when I wear sound reduction or earplugs, it allows my inner monologue to unabatedly speak to me. My inner monologue keeps talking to me. But if I hear something, then my brain switches off and I pay attention to the noise. So if I'm reading something and I have earplugs in, I'm fine. Because I'm reading something and my inner monologue is saying the dialogue or the text that I'm reading. But with earplugs in, you can't hear music. So I don't have something always stimulating my brain to stop my inner monologue. So I would be able to hear my thoughts deeper than I already do. And that is the worst possible thing. So, what's really interesting is that that actually came up, a discussion in another stream came up because I have been researching the inner monologue concept for about a year now. It's still fascinating to people that people don't have an inner monologue. Earplugs would be great for people who don't have an inner monologue because there isn't anything rattling around in their head. Usually the way that it works,
nothing.
Yeah, it's just silent. It's kind of like Zen. It's almost people say, have you tried whatchamacallit?
Meditation. Mindfulness.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And then the moment I stop actively meditating, my brain switches back into high gear. The moment, like somebody asked what happens when you wake up, and the host of the show, it was actually Dunkstar last night. They said the moment that they wake up, their brain is active. And that's exactly me. Like this morning, I woke up at 3:00 in the morning after going to bed at 1:00. And my brain is instantly on and I'm thinking about stuff, and I don't have to do anything for another week. Yet my brain is thinking about stuff that I need to do. It's quite frustrating. So take this all with a grain of salt. You put earplugs in, who knows what's going to go on in your head.
Right. And you have to use the type of thing that works for you, right?
Yep.
Some of these things are very personal.
Yep, for sure. Okay, folks. Well, that's the end of the show, and I'm going to put my earplugs in, ignore everything, and go back to the front page of the Wanted channel over at ohmTown.com. And be sure to stick around about 10 minutes. We're going to reset, and we're going to do WarCrafters, which is about gaming, base building, first-person shooters, real-time simulations, basically gaming news. And that is the actual subtitle of our show, FPS, RTS, and more gaming news. Right around the corner. I am Mayor Watt, and that is the Sentient AI's visualizer.
Thanks for joining us for Wanted. We'll be back shortly with WarCrafters.
See you soon. What? Wait, what? Hello? Sorry, I can't hear you. I've got my... Oh, we're still